What's up, everyone, and happy Tuesday, July the 30th, 2020. This has been one crazy first half of the year. Today is the last day of the first half of the year. Hopefully, as we step into the second half of this year, we see things that are so much better, especially with everything that's going on in our world right now with the health pandemic, the social injustice pandemic, and the stock market going crazy. It's just so much going on right now that I bet not many of you realize that the 39 to 40 million people that are on unemployment right now are going to get a huge tax bill next year. It's a surprise to many people. Many people did not realize that they're going to get taxed for the unemployment that they're receiving. If you're one of those 40 million people, stay tuned and listen to this video because I'm going to give you some ideas and some tips on how to circumvent some of those taxes so you won't have to pay so much, or so you won't be so surprised when tax season comes next year. In addition to that, I'm also going to speak to you about a bill that is currently being proposed by a member of Congress from the state of Illinois that is going to give stimulus payments, the full $1,200 stimulus payments to college students. This is something that'll be very good, that all of these college students out there that missed stimulus payments because they were claimed as a dependent, they were over the age of 17, whatever the case, they still will be able to get this economic stimulus payment. So stay tuned, we're going to talk about all of that and more coming up next. Hello everyone, my name is Paul Zachary Shelton Jr. and I'm the Chief Investment Officer of Warwick Shore Advisors. We are a wealth and investment management firm located in Orlando, Florida with clients all across the United States. If this is your first time coming to my channel, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I upload a new video. And also please like and share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. And speaking of financial literacy, I want to offer you the free financial planning cheat sheet. This cheat sheet will give you a snapshot of your overall financial health right now, as well as some building blocks that you can use to increase that. If you're interested in that, please leave a comment below with your email address or shoot me an email directly to investments@warwickshore.com. That is the email address in the description of this video. So I want to talk to you today about two things that are very important. The first thing is the huge surprise that everybody is going to receive. I shouldn't say everybody, but the huge surprise that approximately 40 million people may receive next tax season when they get a bill from the IRS that says, oh, you owe taxes for all that support that we gave you. You remember with the economic stimulus payments that were sent out under the CARES Act, all adults received $1,200 and $500 for the dependents. The thing that's different about that in unemployment is there is no tax penalty when it comes to the economic stimulus payment. When it comes to the unemployment income, however, there is taxation for that. So there's some things that you should do, especially if you did not realize that you're going to get taxed for this money coming up. And I'm going to give you some ideas and some tips and some tricks, and hopefully they'll be helpful to you. Many people did not realize that in 2020, these unemployment benefits that they're receiving now are going to be taxed. So if you are on those unemployment benefits, or you know someone else that is on those unemployment benefits, please share this video with them. It's going to be very helpful. We're at a situation right now in our economy, in our country, where a lot of people are hurting financially, economically. And in addition to receiving the economic stimulus payment and receiving the unemployment income that they've been receiving thus far this year, and that they may be receiving a little bit further going forward past today, it's very tough for people. And they're going to be looking forward to, filing their taxes next year so they can get another bonus, or at least some more income, some money back from their tax returns. But you're going to be surprised. Their tax returns may be much smaller, or you may have to pay back taxes. So in this situation, what I have been advising people to do, very fundamentally, when you're filing your unemployment insurance or unemployment claims, select on there to have taxes withheld, at least 10%. It's a good rule of thumb, and you can do this through your state agency as you're filing. Just ask them to withhold at least 10% of that income for taxes. Therefore, when you receive your tax bill going into next year for 2020 fiscal season, you won't have such a large surprise. So I know everyone is saying that. I've already started receiving my unemployment checks. I'm halfway through unemployment checks. We're literally 31 days, 32 days. So I think at the end of July, 31 days from the federal unemployment insurance running out. So I've been receiving all of this money so far, and I've been taking the full 100%. I haven't withheld any taxes. What can I do now? There is something that you can do. If you're already receiving the benefits, you can fill out the W-4V form. This form is the voluntary withholding request, and it will adjust your withholding going forward for payments going forward. You may also make changes to this on a bi-weekly basis when you're asked to receive or recertify your unemployment claim. So I would encourage everyone. I know it's tough out there. I know it's really hard, and most people want as much cash as they can get right now so they can pay the bills, put food on the table. I understand that it's very important to do so, but just like if you were at work, working your regular job, and they were taking taxes out, have them take taxes out of your unemployment. You do not want to go through the shock and awe next tax season when you may have to pay money back, and we're still possibly dealing with the ramifications of this global pandemic that we are currently in right now. So everyone knows about the U.S. Department of Labor's Career One Stop website. There's a link for every state. When you go on that website, you can go in your state, you can download the forms that you need to be able to do this. Again, that form is the W-4V form, and it allows them to make the adjustment to your current unemployment so that you can have them take taxes out. Now, if you do not do that, I advise to be disciplined and do it on your own. Take at least 10% of all the income that you're bringing in on a regular basis, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the scenario is. Put that aside in a savings account with the expectation that you're going to have to pay a tax with that money. So try not to spend it all, because you don't want, to have that tax burden come to you and you're left short. Take it away, 10% out of it. And a good rule of thumb is 10%. Take it out of there, put it into a separate savings account, and let it sit there until next tax season so that you can be prepared for that tax statement when it comes in the mail. The next thing I want to talk to you about today is the bill that was proposed by Representative Bobby Rush, a Democrat from Illinois, who is introducing a bill to give low-income students access to the federal stimulus money under the CARES Act. Now, this will be access not to the dependent pay of $500, but access to the full $1,200 of income under the CARES Act. I'm going to read to you from my notes here. It says, colleges and universities across the country have shuttered to limit the spread of COVID-19. And while these closures have protected students from illnesses, they have also forced many students to return home to families who simply cannot afford the unexpected financial burden of suddenly having 1, 2, or even 3 additional mouths to feed. I know I probably was that burden for my parents because I love cereal. So I would fly through all the cereal in the house all the time. And during college, I stayed home. Actually, I took advantage of being able to live less than 10 minutes from my university. So I know I created a huge bill for my parents when it came to me just eating cereal by itself. Just cereal, not everything else, just cereal. So Mom and Dad, thank you so much for your support. I love you, and I apologize about that now. But for all of you that are out there that have had college students come home, one of my nephews is home right now from college, from Georgia, and this is possibly something that is beneficial and will help you. This bill is called the Student Recovery Eligibility for Low-Income Individuals Exact Funds. You know, everything in Congress that you have to do has to be an acronym. So what all of that stands for is RELIEF, R-E-L-I-E-F, the Relief Act of 2020. This will make it possible for students that receive Pell Grants to be eligible to receive the $1,200 economic stimulus payment. So if you're one of those students out there that is going to school and you're receiving Pell Grants, which we know the Pell Grants are for those students that are low income or that need some additional financial assistance to get through college, you can now, if this bill is passed and is starting to gain and garner more support through the Senate and the Congress, but you will be able, once passed, to go ahead and receive your economic stimulus payments in that respect. So my fingers are crossed for all those college students out there. My fingers are doubly crossed for all those parents out there that have extra college students that are home now and flying through your groceries, primarily flying through your groceries. There you go. So hopefully this has passed. Hopefully it gains some support, and it'll be another way where all those college students can get the economic stimulus payment. Now, there is no age requirement that is attached to this bill. At least nothing on the surface of it as it is right now states an age requirement. So if you are a college student that was claimed or that was a dependent and you're 26 years old, 28 years old, whatever the case may be, and you missed out on receiving your economic stimulus payment under the CARES Act, this is something that will allow you to be able to go back and receive that payment. So this is a very, very positive thing, and I'm hoping that it gains more momentum and more steam through Congress and is approved and passed and signed into law so that everyone that missed out on their economic stimulus payment, all those college students, will be able to receive it as of now. If you have any questions about anything that I mentioned, please leave a comment below. Before you leave my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I upload a new video. And lastly, please like and share this video. It will help somebody that you know. Trust me, it definitely will. Thank you so much and have a great day.